Hello, hello, everyone out there. How are all of you doing today? Well, we got some more snow here, but nothing like those northern states got. Those poor people are going to be a couple of days digging themselves out from the snow that they got. And our dear friends down in Australia are still sweating to death in the shade. So I promised you all a video on the angry vet, and that's what I'm going to give to you today. I want to thank Frauditor Roundup for this little clip right here, because Kevin of the Angry Vet channel from Bel Air, Maryland, wants us to take him seriously, folks. He wants us to take him seriously as an independent journalist who's fighting for our First Amendment rights. He wants us to take him seriously with his new SCARS organization. And he wants us to take his military service seriously. All the while, he runs around doing stupid shit like this in this clip from Frauditor Roundup. And while he goes around acting crazy. Now, this leads me to beg the question, would you invest in a company or go to work for a guy who goes around acting crazy like he does? Would you be confident that that company was on the up and up, or that it was going to last for very long if the president and CEO was a full-fledged nut job and its attorney is a pig farmer? Well, I didn't think so. So let's talk about this nonprofit 501c3 organization that Kevin says is legit, but months later, we still haven't seen it that it's registered anywhere to make it legit. It's a 501c3 that is going to practice law, but no one in the organization is an attorney. It's a 501c3 organization that is so sketchy, even Annapolis Audits, Taco Terry, bailed from it and made a video exposing what bullshit it is. It's a 501c3 organization that Kevin says the attorney of it turns out is a pig farmer from South Carolina, and he isn't legit at all. So welcome to the SCARS program, presented to you by the Angry Vet, Kevin. While I'll go out on a limb and say Kevin's heart was in the right place, it's just a matter of he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, unless he's doing this nefariously and he's doing it to steal money from people. And since his attorney is a pig farmer and doesn't know what he's doing either, then this organization is very, very suspect, and I would say to stay the hell away from it. So, let's look into Kevin's criminal history, ladies and gentlemen, which, yes, he has one. He has one with 8 vehicle and traffic violations, nothing really big, I guess. That's what I could find anyways. And at least 23 criminal charges against him, including 3 felony convictions. And he has 5 protection orders against him. So we're going to go with the vehicle and traffic first right here. July 21st, 1999. He's charged with speeding 54 and a 35 out of Portsmouth, Virginia. He was found guilty in absentia and fined on 9/11/2000. He was charged with speeding 52 and a 35. He was found, that was out of Portsmouth again. He was found guilty in absentia and he was fined. And then we're going to go ahead 2 years to February 24th, 2002. He's charged with speeding, 73 and a 55. He was found guilty in absentia, and he was fined for that out of Chesapeake City in Virginia. Now on September 7th, 2006, 4.5 years later, he's charged with driving while intoxicated, alcohol, out of Howard County, Maryland. He actually got a deferred program out of that, and if he completed some classes, they would dismiss the charge that was in lieu of prosecution. We go ahead to 10 years, and on September 6th, 2016, in Shenandoah, Virginia, he's charged with reckless driving, 95 in a 70. He was found guilty, given a $1,116 fine and court costs. And then we're going to go ahead 3 years now to November 15th, 2019. He's charged with exceeding the posted maximum speed limit. He was doing 80 in a 65 out of Harford County, Maryland. He was found guilty and given a fine. He didn't say what the fine was, though. Go ahead 3 years now, and on September 29th, 2022, he's charged with driver with no seat belt. That was out of Harford County, Maryland. He was guilty by paying a prepaid fine. And we go ahead to November 14th, 2023. He was charged with using a handheld telephone while the vehicle was in motion out of Harford County, Maryland. He was supposed to have a trial on January 29th, 2024, but nothing shows in the court records anymore. So I think the charge was dismissed. And as you're going to see as we go ahead, I think Maryland only shows you convictions. They don't show you charges that end up getting dropped or other things like that, like the other states do, as you'll see here in a few minutes. Anyways, his criminal history starts out on April 6th, 2002. He's charged with disorderly conduct in Portsmouth, Virginia. They ended up nolla prosecuting that charge, and then we go ahead 5 years to May 12th, 2007. He's charged with hunting on private lands, a misdemeanor, and he was found not guilty of that charge. Now we go ahead 4 months, August 21st, 2007. He actually didn't get charged until November 15th, 2007. He was charged with reckless endangerment ×3, and that was out of Carroll County, and it's actually part of the case up above. Those charges seem to have gotten dropped in the indictment as he didn't plead to those, and those don't show anymore. But on November 15th, 2007, he was indicted for assault first degree, a felony ×3. We go ahead to assault second degree, a misdemeanor ×3. He had a handgun on his person, which was a misdemeanor, and a handgun in his vehicle, which was a misdemeanor. He was found guilty, given 2 years in jail. They suspended 21 months of that sentence, so he only did 90 days. And he got 5 years of probation. So as of 2007, probably 2008 was when they got everything all done. He was a convicted felon. Now we're going to go ahead 3 years to January 28th, 2010. He's charged with assault second degree, a misdemeanor, and reckless endangerment, a misdemeanor, out of Carroll County, Maryland. Looks like both of those charges was dismissed because that case no longer shows up on the county court records. Now we're going to go ahead just a couple months. April 28th, 2010, he's charged with assault second degree, a misdemeanor, out of Carroll County. He was found guilty. He was given 3 years and 9 months of probation and 6 months in jail suspended. Now we've got in December 29th, 2022, he picked up 3 charges out of Baltimore, Maryland. That was disorderly conduct, trespassing, and failure to obey a lawful order. It appears that charge was dismissed as it no longer shows in the county court system. So he's gotten some charges dismissed, which is interesting. Now, on March 15th, 2023, he was charged with disclosing or using a wiretap, a felony charge, ×3 out of Cecil County, Maryland. And he was charged with disorderly conduct, also a misdemeanor. He was found guilty on the 3 felony counts of using a wiretap, and the disorderly conduct was dismissed on September 5th, 2024. He was sentenced to 90 days in jail suspended, 18 months of probation that was supposed to start as of October 15th, 2024, so he's technically on probation now. And he was ordered to take anger management classes and ordered to obtain gainful employment. He has appealed this sentencing, just so you know. So 3 felony charges, and if you look up above here, on May 11th, 2023, he was charged with 5 more felony counts of using a wiretap out of Cecil County, Maryland. He was found guilty on all 5 of those charges. So 8 felony charges. He only ended up with 90 days in jail suspended and 18 months of probation. I would say that's pretty damn good. He has appealed that sentence also. Now on 10/10/23, he was charged with disorderly conduct out of Baltimore County. I believe that charge was dismissed, as I said, because it can no longer be found in the court records. Now, he's got a bunch of civil cases here, including 5 protection orders. On August 21st, 2000, Kevin filed for divorce from his wife Kelly, who was locked up in the Women's Detention Center, and that divorce was granted 4 months later. His first, they call them peace orders in Maryland. His first protection order came on September 24th, 2007. There was a temporary peace order placed upon him, and on October 1st, 2007, a final peace order was laid upon him. He's got to leave somebody alone. And then we go ahead 3 months to December 17th, 2007. Another temporary peace order was placed upon him in Carroll County, Maryland. And the final order was given on 12/24/2007. His third peace order comes on January 28th, 2010. The interim peace order or temporary peace order out of Carroll County, Maryland. And then the final order was given a month later on February 22nd, 2010. Another interim peace order was requested on February 15th, 2010. And that one was also given a final order on February 22nd. Now, his last peace order comes just a month later on March 11th, 2010. A peace or protective order was granted temporarily in Carroll County. He appealed that, and it was denied, and he was served with the final peace order on April 15th, 2010. Now we got a bunch of divorce papers fly back and forth. On November 24th, 2010, his wife Heidi filed divorce papers out of Carroll County, Maryland, and in March of 2011, that case was dismissed. She filed again on May 17th, 2011. Heidi filed divorce papers in Carroll County. On June 9th, 2011, that case was dismissed. And then we go ahead to May 26, 2011. Kevin decides to get in the game. Kevin filed divorce papers on Heidi out of Baltimore County, Maryland, and the divorce was granted on February 14th, 2012. Now, just a month after, or just a week after Kevin filed papers, Heidi filed papers on June 3rd, 2011. So she had her own papers in the work. That was also out of Baltimore County, Maryland. The cases were consolidated, and again, the divorce was final on February 14th, 2012. So we got the angry vet here. That's going to be Kevin Alexander, and I blocked out his last name so we don't get any privacy strikes. We got a date of birth of April 1974, and he's living in Bel Air, Maryland. He has severe mental health issues. I got 3 or 4 email addresses for him there. And he served in the United States Navy. Well, you know what? So speaking of Kevin's military history, let's talk about this hat that he loves to wear. So many people have emailed me and asked me about his Iraqi Freedom veteran hat that he wears all the time, which depicts ribbons on it for medals that there's no way he earned in his military service. And people are mad in saying that Kevin is participating in stolen valor by wearing this hat. This is actually 100% correct, and I'll tell you why. See, Kevin thinks this hat is okay to wear because he was in the Navy sitting on a ship supposedly over there in the Middle East. So once and for all, here's a glimpse at Kevin's service dates. And as you can see here, he did not join the Navy until March 16th, 1993. Now, the first Gulf War was actually called Operation Desert Storm, and it started on August 2nd, 1990, and technically ended on February 28th, 1991, well before Kevin ever joined the Navy. Now, government service and the VA does state that the end of all hostilities in the Middle East will be the actual date that hostilities end for these wars. But for the purposes of saying that you served during combat operations, the angry vet is misrepresenting his service. Kevin claims of wearing the hat because he served over there is downright wrong, because the hat specifically says Iraqi Freedom Veteran. The Iraqi Freedom operation didn't start until March 20th, 2003, 4 months after the angry vet got out of the Coast Guard, as you can see here on his dates of service. Now, plus the ribbons on the hat, and the hat itself says Iraqi Freedom, not Desert Storm, when he actually served a little bit. So Kevin is misrepresenting his service. He is indicating by wearing the hat that he served in Operation Iraqi Freedom and has medals from that campaign that he never was in, and is technically committing stolen valor if he requests or accepts anything using that. Now, because of the hat, if he happens to get, some free French fries from his favorite fast food restaurant, that could be considered stolen valor. Or if he claims it, it would also be considered stolen valor. So let's talk about these two military services that Kevin does have. As you see here, he was active duty in the U.S. Navy from March 16th, 1993 to March 14th, 1995. But why only 2 years? Did the Navy have 2-year enlistments back in the early 1990s? Or was it he got out early due to something else? Now, normal enlistments, I believe, are 4 years or more. There could. That's why I'm asking the question: is there 2-year enlistments? Now, there's all kinds of rumors out there that I'm not going to repeat about his time in the Navy, but let's just look at, let's just deal with the facts, ladies and gentlemen, that we can prove so that we don't get in any trouble. Now, Kevin joined the Coast Guard on November 10th, 1998, and he served, as you see here, until November 7th, 2002. That's a full 4-year commitment. In the Coast Guard, he was a cook, getting out, I believe, as an E4 because he uses the email address FS3, the Angry Vet, or used to anyways. Now, FS stands for Food Specialist, which was later changed by the Coast Guard, actually the Navy also, to Culinary Specialist, or CS. So that should end any of his false military claims forever now, because you have seen the dates that he has actually served, and you know the dates of the conflicts because I posted them there also. Now, you now know he did not serve in Operation Iraqi Freedom or earn any of those ribbons or medals that are represented on that hat. He has a hat that says Navy veteran on it because I have seen him wear it. He should wear that hat, as there's no false claims there. So, guess who is a new subscriber to our channel? Yes, the Angry Vet, as you see right here. About 2 weeks ago, he commented on one of my videos. And he says, as you can see right here, well, this was entertaining. I can't believe I'm subscribing to you, but hey, when your enemy is my enemy, right? I have a whole list of fake-ass freedom fighters I need names of. Looks like I found the right place. So I replied to him, well, welcome aboard, Kevin. You're up next, my man, meaning that I was going to do a video on him next. I wonder what he thinks now that he's been exposed of being a subscriber of our channel. So that is what I have for you today, folks. Debunking the angry vet, Kevin from Bel Air, Maryland. As an independent journalist, as the founder of an organization to help veterans and others, and debunking his military claims. I hope you all enjoyed this video and you learned from it today. Please hit that thumbs up button to let me know you liked the video. And as always, please subscribe if you're not a member yet. And please share this video so that this information will go viral. And lastly, please check out our Patreon page where, for just $1 a month, you can have access to all of the unedited information that we can't show here on YouTube. Please continue to back the blue like I know you do before some criminal does it to you. Show your local law enforcement how much you appreciate their service to the community. The Officer Down Memorial page now shows us 9 law enforcement officers have been killed in the line of duty so far this year. And bluehelp.org is telling us, the website is telling us that the number of law enforcement officers that have taken their own life so far this year is still at 14. And that is all I have for you in this video, folks. So until next time, you all please take care out there now.